Jamahal Hill and Khalil Rountree just got booked for UFC 303 International Fight Week on the Conor McGregor card. First of all, based move out of Jamahal Hill. Absolutely savage move getting himself on the McGregor card. Big name value on that card and a really quick turnaround. There's a couple of things that I want to break down on this fight. Now, first of all, I think Jamahal Hill wins this. I think Khalil Rountree is criminally overrated. I've heard some people say he's underrated. I'm like, have you fucking watched any of his fights? Or are you just looking at, the UFC post a body kick while the guy's on the ground? Like, it's just, again, Khalil Rountree's a good fighter, but he is not in that top five level at light heavyweight. Not even close. He's not going to break in there, and it's not going to be against Jamahal Hill. Jamahal Hill's going to sleep him. He's going to sleep him pretty damn bad. But it is a little fishy, like Jamahal Hill taking this fight on such short notice. A lot of people are going to say it's a terrible move. I really think it's a great move. You got to think that Jamahal Hill just fought at UFC 300. Got the ring rust off. He's fighting for the championship. The ring rust is now gone. He's been in there. Now, he fought a dangerous guy, the most dangerous guy in the division there, the toughest matchup for him in the division. Yes, he got slept, but he didn't get Bobby Green slept where he got beat up time in and time out while he was unconscious on the ground. Like they stopped the fight when they needed to stop the fight. He got knocked out. He got up and he was okay after. It's not like he had took career altering damage. Like he got knocked out by Pereira. Got finished with ground and pound. As Pereira celebrating, Jamahal Hill gets back up. Fuck, good fight, Pereira. You got the best of me. And that's the other thing. Jamahal Hill, classy dude. Everyone wants to talk shit about, oh, he talked all that shit in the build-up. He's such a bad dude. He's always yapping, bro. He said it perfectly. Pereira doesn't speak English. How the fuck else did you want this fight to build? It was the main event of UFC 300, which delivered through and through. But this was a main event that caught a lot of flack because Dana overhyped what the main event was supposed to be. Now, it was an incredibly professional performance. It was a good main event. The way Dana was talking about it, like it was going to be Conor versus Khabib 2 somehow. Like, he was just talking about it in a different way. This gets announced, and it caught a lot of shit. It caught some shit from me, not in the sense that it's a bad fight, but in the sense that Dana promised us something that this wasn't. We were expecting that fight to come at some point. But the questionable thing is Jamahal Hill took the fight on, 9 months after having an Achilles injury. Unheard of. Savage getting in the octagon doing that. Gets chinned. Got beat by Alex Pereira, fair and square. And he'll admit that to you. He's a classy dude. He was talking all that shit because he wanted to build a fight, and Pereira knows that. They're cool. Like, those two dudes, they're cool. But now he's turned around, and after 9-10 weeks is going to fight Khalil Rountree, who is dangerous. But he's going to fight him on the McGregor card. I think this is an awesome opportunity. This is a really good opportunity for Jamahal Hill to continue to get his name out there. The talk will no longer be about there'll always be that talk because, the MMA fans, someone gets knocked out and they immediately get trolled everywhere on social media. It sucks to see people are calling Jamahal Hill overrated and shit. It's like, dude, he lost to the guy that's beating the fuck out of everybody in 2 divisions and has a chance to go up. And granted, I think Aspinall beats him, but he has a chance because he has the most dangerous weapon in the game, that left hook. So I just think Jamahal Hill's getting a little bit too much unwarranted shit for doing what we all wanted him to do deep down, build the fight, make it a fight. And he was on the wrong end of a highlight. But there was a highlight moment and he was involved in it, and it was that much better because Jamahal Hill was involved. So at the end of the day, he gets too much shit from the fans, but he's a fucking warrior and he's proved it. He's an absolute savage. He turned around to fight Khalil Rountree on 10 weeks notice. He just got knocked out. Again, not career-ending, not a career-altering knockout like I thought Bobby Green was going to have, but even Bobby Green took an insane amount of damage, turns around in 4 months, and doesn't get knocked out by Jim Miller somehow. So that does have me wondering, is this knockout effect something? Now, I truly do think that the knockout effect is something. It's like, you get chinned, you should take a little bit of time off, then you should go back. But it all depends on what the knockout looked like and what the situation is leading up to it. For Volk, it's difficult because he had to go down and cut a lot of weight to get back down to 145, and he was fighting way too actively. He had an injury couple weeks before the Makhachev fight that he got surgery for, took that, and then got knocked out, and then went down to Ilya, who's another insane power puncher. That is a tough matchup for him, even if Volk's chin wasn't shattered. I mean, it was a tough matchup, but when it looks like what I'm seeing from Jamahal Hill here is, first of all, stylistically, he crushes Khalil Rountree. Resume, he crushes Khalil Rountree. Skill, ability, knockout power. He also crushes Khalil Rountree. Khalil Rountree has power. He doesn't have one-punch knockout power. Are we going to say because he wobbled and knocked out Anthony Smith that he has insane power? Who the fuck hasn't beat the piss out of Anthony Smith in the light heavyweight division? The dude has 18 or 19 losses. Let's stop acting like that is this insane win. He knocked out Anthony Smith. No, it's not. Everyone does it. Everyone knocks out Anthony Smith. What are we doing? Like, why are we all of a sudden discounting Jamahal Hill? Now, when you look at the comments on the post made on Instagram, I'm going to show you here. It's a little split. Savage, taking it right. First thing, Nina Drama, Savage. Bro just woke up, so he's getting some shit. And of course, this gets 15,000 likes because the Pereira fans love to fucking just troll anyone that Pereira fights. And Pereira's the man, but the only thing that's unlikable about him is his fucking fan base because they're all children. Bro just woke up. And he accepted a fight quicker than Pereira did. And he accepted it against a dangerous guy. Now, I don't think Pereira's ducking anyone. I think that he's going to have his right opportunity. He's going to take it. And the second the UFC offers him someone, he's going to take it. That's just who Pereira is. But, like, why are we trolling Jamahal Hill for doing something that is fucking awesome? Saying, nah, dude, I'm not going to let this loss get to me. If he sits and doesn't take this fight, the trolls are coming out. This is far more prevalent. Anything you see with Jamahal Hill, he's getting trolled left and right because that's just how the fans are. That's just how some of the really ignorant fucking fans are. Like, you see it here, bro just woke up and not talking about the fact that he's turning around on short notice for the fans to put on an absolute spectacular performance. And think about how good this is for his head. He just got knocked out. And instead of letting that sit and fester, all the negative thoughts come in and start wondering if this is for him, is he really that dude? He's saying, I know I'm that dude. I'm fucking turning around. I got all this energy. I got all this anger from that loss I just had. I'm going to go fight again very soon on the McGregor card. Because if he turns around and beats Khalil Rountree, which I think he will, on the McGregor card, he is back into superstardom. His name value is extremely prevalent again. And then we can look at him getting another title eliminator or a fight with Yuri or a fight with Pereira. Like, this is very, very good for Jamahal Hill. I get the chin thing is a little bit scary, but I think it's a good thing for Jamahal Hill. I think his head's going to be clear going into this. I think he's going to be in the best shape that we've seen him in, considering that he got in shape for the Pereira fight, and now he's still in shape. Of course he ate a little bit after. It's been a week, but now he takes another fight. He's staying in shape. He's training. He's learning. He's staying at the PI. He's in the best situation to turn around and take a new fight. It really, really is going to help him a lot. Look at the comments. Bro just woke up. Yo, Hill is an absolute dog for getting back to it straight away. Couldn't agree more. Whoever did the thumbs up tattoos need to be arrested. I try telling Jamahal Hill, no, I'm not putting this tattoo on you, and see what happens. Hill is such a journeyman. Dude, Jamahal Hill has 2 losses on his record. He's 30 years old. What the fuck are you talking about, Andy Gonzalez, you casual fucking loser twat? What a fucking loser this guy is. Hill is a journeyman. He has 2 losses. He's fought a bunch of dudes in the division and knocked them all out because he lost to Pereira. He's a journeyman. All right, call Yuri a journeyman. Call Izzy a journeyman. Call Jan Blachowicz is a journeyman. Like, I'm baffled. Way too soon after a KO. I get the hunger, but this is usually how fighters start declining. This is a valid point. Don't hate this comment. This is a very, very valid point. I just don't think it's going to happen here. I don't think Khalil Rountree is going to be able to get to Jamahal Hill. Jamahal Hill's so much bigger than him. It is how fighters start declining, but I think Jamahal Hill's still very young in his career. I think he's tougher than a lot of people, and I think the knockout that he took was not as career-altering as everyone's going to think. Why he got knocked out, I get it. But Bobby Green went in there and just did not back down from Jim Miller, who has good power for lightweight. So I don't really know what to think on that anymore. He got punched into the next card. That's funny. Props to Hill already booking this fight. Exactly. Props to Hill. Savage for turning around like that. Not to mention he's taking on another one of the most dangerous strikers in the division. Huge respect. He is a dangerous guy. I don't think he's as dangerous as Yuri or Pereira, but he's a dangerous guy. Bro wants to get KO'd again. Dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, this is just how the MMA fans are. And look at Gilbert Burns, Dorino, the GOAT. Quick turnaround. Damn right it's a quick turnaround. He took a knockout and he said, you know what? All this pent-up anger, frustration, just everything he's feeling. The talk is no longer, it's going to start dwindling down. It's not going to be as much, he got chinned by Pereira, It's now the focus is on this upcoming fight for him. His focus is on this upcoming fight. He gets to put the Pereira loss, which was a tough one for him, in the rearview mirror because he's already got the next thing to look forward to. I think that is tremendously helpful. And the other thing that we're going to talk about is, why are we all acting like Khalil Rountree's top at light heavyweight? He's not. He's not underrated. He's not that good. He's in the UFC, so he's a good fighter. But he's not in the same conversation as Jamahal Hill to me. He's not in the same conversation as Alex Pereira, as Yuri Prochazka, as Alexander Rakic. They're not in the same conversation to me. Now, if Khalil Rountree gets this win, of course he is, but I don't think he's going to. I think Jamahal Hill is just better than him. He's far more skilled. I don't think he's going to get dropped by Khalil Rountree. Let's go through Khalil Rountree's record. 13-5, early in his career. We're not going to focus too early on his career here, because 2017, we'll go like 2019 and up. Well, 2018 is going to justify my argument. Lost to Johnny Walker, who Jamahal Hill knocked out clean cold. Johnny Walker had a good record back then, but Johnny Walker was not as skilled back then as he is now, and Jamahal Hill beat a better version of Johnny Walker than Khalil Rountree lost to. Now I get it, all guys are better fighters at this point. He beat Eric Anders by decision. He lost to Ion Kudalaba, who Jamahal Hill would never fucking lose to. He lost to Marcin Prachnio. So where are the people telling me that he's underrated, but not showing that he lost to Marcin Prachnio? He beat Modestas Bukauskas with a side kick to the knee. He had a chance to get outpointed. I do think he was winning the fight anyway, but he was still getting hit. He just blew out Bukauskas' knee, which is a legal move, but it's not the most clean knockout. Carl Roberson's 9-5, not even belonging in the UFC. Dustin Jacoby. Really? Do we remember this fight, guys? I was at Penn State watching a football game, but I remember tuning in after the game to watch this fight, and Dustin Jacoby won 29-28, crystal clear. Robbery decision. This is not, and I'm not one to throw around the word robbery. I hate when people call Strickland DDP robbery. I hate when people call fights that are close robberies. Kai Kara France Albazi was a robbery. Dustin Jacoby versus Khalil Rountree was a robbery. Dustin Jacoby won that fight. Then he fights Chris Daukaus, coming down from heavyweight, and knocks him out. Welcome to the club. Who hasn't knocked out Chris Daukaus? Everyone has. Has a fight with Mirzakhanov, and then Anthony Smith takes it on short notice. And he knocks out Anthony Smith. Welcome to the club. Anthony Smith, you beat Anthony Smith in round 3 on short notice. That's not that impressive. It really isn't. People want to make fun of Jamahal Hill because of the trash talk. He was just trying to build a fight. People want to say that he's done. He got chinned. There's no way he can make this quick turnaround. I'm telling you he can, and he will. 100% he will. I'm sick of the Jamahal Hill disrespect. He's better than Khalil Rountree. He's more powerful. He's more skilled. And I think this is the best he is going to look. We're going to see the best performance of Jamahal Hill's career because he is hungry. He wants to get that bad taste of that knockout out of his mouth. And now he has something to look forward to. He's not going to sit there and sulk about the Pereira knockout. He's going to go in there and focus on one thing, and that's beating Khalil Rountree, getting to the top. He beats Khalil Rountree, then he gets his fight with, Yuri Prochazka, and then he gets a title shot. If it's still Pereira at the championship, I'm okay with having 2 wins and going back to a rematch. If you took a fight on short notice because the UFC needed to fill 300 so bad, and you're coming off an Achilles injury that people take a year to recover from, you recovered from in 9 months. I'm okay with a rematch in that standpoint, and everyone else should be. But what are we talking about? Why are we acting like Khalil Rountree is this fucking murderer? He's a murderer to anyone outside of the top 10. Inside the top 10, it's a much closer, much tougher fight, especially at light heavyweight. It gets top heavy. So I don't know what they're thinking. I like Khalil Rountree too, but Jamahal Hill's my guy. I'm going to defend him all the way to the grave, no matter what. He's going to win this fight. He's going to knock out Khalil Rountree in round 2. He's going to land some good leg kicks, and he is going to dodge every punch Khalil Rountree has to throw, where Rountree is going to get frustrated, knocked out, and then he's going to cry after, because that's what he does. Because he was fat once. Sucks, dude. I'm fat right now. It is what it is. I think Jamahal Hill's going to be in the best shape of his career. I think he's going to be the most clear-headed in his career, and I think he's going to be the most motivated in his career. We're going to watch a career performance from Jamahal Hill on International Fight Week, and it is going to rocket his star power because we need to see people on the McGregor card make a name for themselves. I think that's why Jamahal Hill took this fight. He wants to make a name for himself again. He wants to silence all the doubters, all the haters. This is the perfect way to do it. Knock out Khalil Rountree, who has a disgusting amount of unwarranted hype right now. Jamahal Hill, round 2 KO over Khalil Rountree. What a fucking savage for taking this fight. Kudos to Jamahal Hill. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments as well.